Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. I'm Smriti Rastogi. The reins of the most powerful and richest cricket board in the world, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, will now be held by a new team, headed by former Indian captain Sourav Ganguly, who takes charge on 23rd of October. For the first time in decades, the coveted post of the BCCI President is all set to be held by a former Test player. The Vice President's post would be held by Mahim Verma from Cricket Association of Uttarakhand. While Jayesh Shah, the son of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, will be the new Secretary of the Board. Jayesh George will be the BCCI Joint Secretary and Arun Dhumal would be the BCCI Treasurer. Besides these 5 office bearers of the BCCI, Prabhtej Singh Bhatia has put forward his name for the post of Councillor, while Brijesh, Patel and Khairul Jamal Maujmdar have filed nomination for the post of Governing Council member. All these candidates are expected to be elected unopposed at the board's annual meeting on 23rd of October. Today, in depth, we are talking about the new BCCI board, the challenges for Ganguly, the BCCI's checkered history and its controversies. The reins of the most powerful and richest cricket board in the world, the BCCI, will now be in the hands of a new team headed by former Indian captain Sourav Ganguly, who will take charge on 23rd of October. Here's a look at the new top team of the BCCI and the men who are likely to rule Indian cricket in the near future.
A brand new BCCI team is taking guard. For the first time in decades, the coveted post of the BCCI President is all set to be held by a former Test player. On 23rd of October, Sourav Ganguly will take the post after being elected unopposed. Ganguly will be only the second Indian captain to hold the position. The former Indian captain, however, is not new to cricket administration. The 47-year-old has been the president of Cricket Association of Bengal since 2015, succeeding the late Jagmohan Dalmia. He was part of the State Association's working committee in 2012-2013 and assumed the Joint Secretary's post in July 2014. After retiring from cricket in 2008, he was also part of the IPL Governing Council and was the head of the BCCI's Technical Committee. Ganguly's term as board president will end in July-August next year, after which he will have a mandatory cooling-off period.
CAB एक बहुत बड़ी क्रिकेट एसोसिएशन ऑफ बंगाल एक बहुत बड़ी संस्था है जो कि फाउंडर मेंबर है क्रिकेट कंट्रोल बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया की, तो उनको एक्सपीरियंस है, उसके पिछले 5 साल से वो प्रेसिडेंट हैं, तो उनको अनुभव हो गया है और कि एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय खिलाड़ी जो भारत का कप्तान रहा है, जिसके बहुत सारे रिकॉर्ड हैं कप्तान के नाते, प्लेयर के नाते, उसके हाथ में क्रिकेट कंट्रोल बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया की बागडोर आई है, वो क्रिकेट और क्रिकेटर्स के लिए अच्छा करेगा, ऐसा मैं मानता हूँ, ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है.
The Vice President's post is likely to be held by Mahim Verma from Cricket Association of Uttarakhand. Jayesh Shah, the son of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, will be the new Secretary of the Board. Jay has been the Joint Secretary of Gujarat Cricket Association since 2013. However, with the Lodha Committee recommendations coming into effect, Jay did not seek re-election as Secretary of the Gujarat Association. Being the representative of the State Association in the BCCI AGM, Jay is set to play a key role as the Secretary of the Board. His term will end in the next 1.5 years. Jayesh George will be BCCI Joint Secretary. He was the former Secretary of Ernakulam District Cricket Association. He was later elected member of the Kerala Cricket Association from Ernakulam. He also served as the State Association as a Joint Secretary, Treasurer and Secretary, and in September he was announced President of the state body. Arun Dhumal will be the BCCI Treasurer. The younger brother of former BCCI Chief and current MOS Finance Anurag Thakur, Dhumal was appointed head of the Himachal Pradesh Cricket Association last month.
देखो ये लोग अनुभव वाले हैं. जय शाह जो हैं गुजरात क्रिकेट एसोसिएशन के अध्यक्ष हैं, रहे हैं वो, और उसके बाद अब वो बोर्ड में आ रहे हैं, तो उनको भी क्रिकेट का अनुभव है और थोड़ी बहुत तो हर आदमी क्रिकेट खेलता ही है, तो उनको एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का वो है. और जहाँ तक अनुराग जी का है, उनके भी भाई, वो भी खुद क्रिकेट खेलते थे। अब हिमाचल के लिए क्रिकेट खेले हैं वो, यूनिवर्सिटी खेले हुए हैं, अच्छे स्तर की क्रिकेट वो खेले हुए हैं। भाई भी क्रिकेट खेलते होंगे, तो वो हो सकता है शायद वो ट्रेजरर बन रहे हैं।
Besides these 5 office bearers of the BCCI, Prabhtej Singh Bhatia has put forward his name for the post of Councillor, while Brijesh Patel and M. Khairul Jamal Maujmdar have filed nomination for the post of Governing Council member. All these candidates are expected to be elected unopposed at the board's annual general meeting on 23rd of October. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Sourav Ganguly is expected to be elected unopposed at the BCCI's annual general meeting on 23rd of October. 47-year-old Ganguly, who was holding the post of President of the Cricket Association of Bengal before this post.
Completing his transition from star player to top administrator, former Indian captain Sourav Ganguly is set to be the new president of the Board of Control for Cricket in India. Ganguly will hold the post of the BCCI President for a mere 9 months. In an informal meeting between the BCCI members in Mumbai, it was decided that Ganguly was a suitable candidate for the role. In fact, he is the only candidate to have filed a nomination for the post of president. Reacting to the news, Ganguly said, "It's a great opportunity to do something good."
It's a very important time in Indian cricket administration because of all what's happened in the last 3 years. To be in a position where I can make a difference along with the team would be extremely satisfying. So hopefully in the next few months we can put everything in place and bring back normalcy in Indian cricket.
Setting right the image of the Indian Cricket Board and looking after the financial health of first-class cricketers are Ganguly's immediate priorities.
We have a lot of things to do actually to get the administration in order, because administration involves a lot of things to get the house in order, to get the office in order, and most importantly cricket. Cricket on the field has been brilliant for India. The team has played exceptionally well in the last couple of months after that World Cup semi-final exit. And hopefully that will continue. But good cricket, good teams, good cricket, development of cricket depends on the infrastructure and the backroom work which goes behind. So, and this is our job at the back to make sure that everything is in the right frame and right position so that the boys can go and excel themselves. For me, my biggest focus will be first-class cricket. We've not received any money for last 3 or 4 years from the ICC, and money in the sense what we should deserve, because India generates 75 to 80% of the revenue. So that's going to be one of the agendas that talks and discussions need to happen, and we need to find a solution to this, because this is not leading anywhere.
One of the finest captains that Indian cricket has ever seen, Ganguly admits that looking after the biggest organization in world cricket will be a challenge for him. However, he conceded that the recent rumblings about the conflict of interest in the BCCI are in fact an issue and really need to be looked at.
I'm very happy. I think cricketers are a part of the system. They had always been in the past, but maybe the numbers were not that big in the past. There are cricketers in the Apex Council. There will be cricketers in the subcommittee. Conflict is an issue. Conflict is an issue whether you will actually get the best cricketers in the system. I'm not too sure because they'll have other options to do, and because if they come into this system and not get to do other things which their livelihood, it is very difficult for them to be a part of this system and make a difference. So that's another issue, conflict, which I feel really needs to be looked at it.
When asked whether his new role will have any similarities with captaining India in the past, Ganguly said leading the Indian cricket team was more challenging, but the challenges at BCCI will be different.
I think captain was a lot challenging. When you play the game, it's different.
Sourav Ganguly will lead the BCCI till 2020. After that, he will be given a cooling off or rest period after having held a position in the board for 6 years. He has already served about 5 years in the Cricket Association of Bengal. As per the rules, a member cannot hold any position for more than 9 years in the board. The 47-year-old who retired from international cricket in 2008 will become only the second Indian cricketer after the Maharaja of Vizianagaram to serve as the president of the BCCI.
The advantage is, see, any cricketer who has played at the highest level, who has toured, who he understands the problems or the issues. Now there are the technical issues about cricket, he knows better. He can always give his input, but there is a technical committee for it. But if a cricketer is at the head, he can always give his inputs, and the technical committee can benefit from the president's viewpoint. Secondly, I think Sourav has already had some experience in running CAB, Kolkata Cricket Association. So I think he has done the right thing. He has spent some time there, and then he has moved up to the BCCI, and he knows that he's got a lot of help with the system becoming more transparent now because of Lodha's committee's report, and also the Supreme Court Monitoring Committee. The COA also has done a lot of work.
The BCCI elections were scheduled to be held on October 23rd, but with Ganguly being the only candidate to file his nomination for the top post of Indian Cricket Board, he is set to be elected unopposed. Since 2017, the BCCI is being run by administrators appointed by the Supreme Court after its office bearers failed to implement administrative reforms within the world's richest national cricket body. The court-appointed administrators will hand over responsibilities once the new office bearers are officially elected on October 23rd. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And time for a very quick break. Stay with us. Welcome back after the break. Cricket dwells in the heart of every Indian, regardless of whether they are cricket fanatics or not, which is also perhaps why the BCCI every now and then finds itself to be involved in controversies arising from large political interference, corruption, match fixing or betting. One of such incidents led to the formation of Lodha Committee. More details in this report.
The biggest controversy in the history of BCCI led to the formation of Lodha Panel. Mandated by the Apex Court in January 2015, it was formed after the Mudgal report detailed irregularities in the IPL and the BCCI after the spot fixing scandal. The panel, headed by former Chief Justice of India R.M. Lodha and retired Supreme Court judges Ashok Bhan and R. Ravindran, imposed a life ban on Gurunath Mayappan of the Chennai Super Kings and Raj Kundra of the Rajasthan Royals. Further, it suspended the owners of the two franchises for 2 years. The Lodha panel also put 82 questions to the BCCI, asking it to explain how it ran cricket in India. In its recommendations, the Lodha Committee told the BCCI to divide its governance into cricketing and non-cricketing sections. Further, it wanted the BCCI to come under the RTI Act. It also sought to legalize betting for the public while making match and spot fixing a criminal offence. The panel wanted players and the BCCI officials to disclose their assets to the board to ensure they did not indulge in betting. The panel said no BCCI office bearer should have more than 2 terms in a row, and no BCCI office bearer should be a minister or a government servant. It also set down that no BCCI office bearer should be above 70 years of age. Further recommendations included separate governing bodies for the IPL and the BCCI and a 15-day gap between IPL season and national calendar. One state, one vote policy, a players' association to safeguard interest of cricketers, and a women's cricket and selection committee to ensure equal attention. The spot fixing scandal was uncovered on 16th of May 2013 by the Delhi police. On 28th of July 2013, BCCI appointed 2-member probe panel that cleared India Cements and Raj Kundra. 30th of July 2013, Bombay High Court declared the BCCI panel illegal. 7th of October 2013, the Supreme Court appointed the Justice Mudgal Probe Panel. 10th of February 2014, Justice Mudgal Probe Panel submitted its report to the Supreme Court and found Gurunath Mayappan and Raj Kundra guilty of illegal betting in cricket events. In 2017, however, the BCCI's long-standing dispute with the Lodha Committee reached fever pitch, with the Supreme Court ordering the removal of the then board president Anurag Thakur and secretary Ajay Shirke for stalling on the reforms recommended by the panel. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Board of Control for Cricket in India was formed in 1928. In the beginning, it had 6 regional bodies as first-time members. Today, it has 30 full-time members and is worth over 3,000 crore rupees. In this report, let's take a look at the BCCI since its inception and its major landmarks in over 90 years of its existence.
The Board of Control for Cricket in India is the national governing body for cricket in the country. It is a consortium of state cricket associations. The state associations select their representatives who in turn elect BCCI officials. BCCI was set up on 4 December 1928 by a group of players at Delhi's Roshan Ara Club to end British monopoly in the game. Registered under the Tamil Nadu Societies Registration Act, BCCI had 6 regional bodies as its first members. R.E. Grant Govind was elected as its first president and Anthony de Mello as its first secretary. In 1932, India took a significant step into international cricket, playing their first test against England at Mumbai's Gymkhana Club, thus becoming the 6th team to be accorded test status by the international body. Between the 1940s to the 1960s, BCCI was controlled and governed mostly by figures from the princely states. In 1952, India recorded their first test victory against England in Madras. And following India's surprise World Cup victory against the West Indies in 1983, the BCCI emerged from the shadows of England and Australia. The euphoria following the 1983 World Cup triumph also saw cricket take over from hockey as the country's top sport. The love for cricket in the country led the BCCI to persuade the International Cricket Council to take the World Cup out of England for the first time and allow India to jointly host the event with Pakistan in 1987. However, BCCI's moment of transition came in November 1991 when the South African cricket team toured India, their first international assignment after a 21-year ban for apartheid. From this tour, the BCCI earned its first TV rights when the South African Broadcasting Corporation paid the BCCI to broadcast an India series by a foreign firm. And with the rise of Jagmohan Dalmia as BCCI secretary in 1992, the push for commercializing TV rights set the BCCI on the path to becoming a cash-rich behemoth. The same year, the BCCI hosted a 6-team ODI tournament in the country, the last time the ICC allowed any country to hold a tournament with more than 3 teams. In 1993, the BCCI won a court case against national broadcaster Doordarshan on selling TV rights for India matches. This meant DD had to pay the board to show the matches, which came as a major turnaround for the cricket board. In 1995, the Supreme Court ruled that the broadcast rights belonged to the BCCI and the body could sell it to the highest bidder. The next year, the BCCI brought the World Cup to the subcontinent, jointly hosted by India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, by outwitting early favourites England. And in 1997, Jagmohan Dalmia became the first Indian to be elected president of the world governing body for 3 years. The BCCI also played a big role in helping Bangladesh get test status in the year 2000. The same year, the board was hit by a match-fixing scandal that saw 4 Indian players being banned from playing. And for the first time, the BCCI appointed a foreign national coach, New Zealand's John Wright. Wright joined the team during what is perhaps Indian cricket's darkest phase. Sourav Ganguly had taken over captaincy from Mohammad Azharuddin, who was accused of match-fixing along with Ajay Jadeja and Manoj Prabhakar. Wright and Ganguly led Indian cricket in one of its most successful phases. The team beat the mighty Australians 2-1 in a historic test series at home in 2001, reached the World Cup final in 2003, drew an away series down under in 2003 and beat Pakistan in their own backyard in a test series. And then came one of BCCI's most successful ventures, the Indian Premier League in 2007. The league was started in a bid to cash in on the popularity of T20 cricket. Today, the BCCI is worth over 3,000 crore rupees, and its arrangement with the ICC only makes it richer. Under the current revenue sharing model, BCCI gets close to 3 to 4% of the surplus earned by the ICC. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of In Depth. We will be back same time tomorrow with a focus on some other subject. In case you missed the television broadcast, you can also watch our program online on YouTube, the link for which is given below. Suggestions and feedback about the program are also welcome. Thank you for your time.